It is 7:04 on your Thursday morning. Time to head to Studio B for Coleman and Company.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome here on a Thursday morning. Maybe just a little frost, but temperature in the neighborhood of 40 degrees, and we welcome you. Going to be a tremendous day, and we're going to start off in a tremendous way this morning talking about Bates Ford, 1780 Franklin Road, Lebanon, Tennessee, the dealer to trade for anything it don't eat. Paul Tubbs is here. Paul, good morning.
Good morning.
Ronnie Kelly is here. Ronnie, good morning. Good morning. Paul, of course, dealer operations manager. Ronnie is in sales and is now customer relations, the community customer relations department, whatever that is.
Yes,
but if you're a salesperson, you're in the community customer relations, aren't you?
Yes, sir. You are correct.
You're looking out after everybody's best interest.
We tried our best.
Yeah. Well, what's going on, Paul?
Got a lot going on. Actually, service is kind of down. I think with the government shutdown, it's kind of slowed business down a little bit, but we've actually got a lot of opportunity. If somebody needs their vehicle serviced, we're not near as busy as what we have been. Ford's coming out with a Black Friday tire event where they are going to give a $150 rebate. Also, with our 2 police officers here, there's also military and first responders discounts. So Ford's got a lot of stuff going on. Our inventory's in really good shape. Our used car, as you see when you drive by the interstate, we've got an abundance of used vehicles. Anything you want to look at. Our new inventory, Ford's done a really good job of sending us a lot of options. They came out with Ronnie's favorite thing is, you got 0% interest and some rebates on the F-150. He can kind of lead more into telling you more about the sales side of what the rebates and stuff are, but we've got a lot of stuff going on at Bates Ford.
Yeah, well, tell us more, Ronnie.
Yeah, we got that rebate 0% for 60 months on F-150, and you got a referred payment for 90 days. So you don't have to worry about paying anything for 90 days. So, Coleman, that's a great move. and one thing about F-150, it's a great seller, and also they may be coming out later. It may come out with 0% on 72 months. They talked about it, but they haven't done it yet. Mm-hmm. But it's more incentives coming out. And so be aware when you come down to Bates Ford, let us check and make sure, or you may have some extra rebates. So you can get over $4,000 worth of rebates.
Well, I'm wondering if the government shutdown has affected you much, and if it has, if it's going to be better now that all that got alleviated, I think, last night.
Right. I think that's going to help a lot. A lot of people didn't know what to do. They was kind of upset because they said, well, what's going to happen? And they were holding on to their cash, and they wouldn't make decisions because sometimes we sit down with customers. They say, well, I don't think I need to do something right now. Let's see what the government going to do. So I think that relief is going to help a lot of people.
Yeah, you feel the same way, government. The volatile situation in Washington affects the way people think.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were uneasy. I mean, one of the things, and I've done this for 25, 26 years, actually running the back end of the dealership, and kind of the service department is actually as slow as I've seen it in a while. We were getting work in and out. We always do really quick, but, pretty much what was coming in the door, we were getting right on because with the shutdown, it was kind of the traffic had slowed down and we didn't have near as much work coming in the door, but, we were getting it in and out fast. But, I think there was some uneasiness, and I think people were kind of sitting back and watching and waiting to see when it done. But, like yesterday was our busiest day in a couple of weeks. So that showed me that, things are turning and everything's going to pick back up.
Well, we talk, of course, about all the new and used vehicles that you have at Bates Ford, but we talk about service a lot, too. And cheapest oil change in town's a good place to start.
Yeah, right now, $39.95 up to 5 quarts. I always say it's a synthetic blended. We can't do it on full synthetic. There's several vehicles, even a couple of lines of Fords that takes the full synthetic, so we can't, we want to put the proper oil in your vehicle. One of the things that's really, we've done a good job, and Ford's coming out with a new new program. I actually got a couple of Ford people coming in today to meet with Shelley and some of our people on our pickup and delivery team. They're going to have an app where you can do the pickup and delivery, where it's going to be a little easier rather than having to call and we get you to Shelley. So you can actually go on the app, and Ford's going to implement that today. Our pickup and delivery's been a huge success. We probably had 7 or 8 vehicles yesterday that we did pick up and delivery. So it's a free service. If you want your vehicle picked up, we bring it to Bates Ford. You told me you had a couple of problems with your vehicle. I said, hey, you want us to pick it up? You said, no, I'll bring it over. But if you do want it picked up, all you've got to do is call Shelley Billy. We can get you on the schedule. She'll come get it. There's a little text message system. The app system, I think, is going to make all that a little easier. Our tire rebates are going to be phenomenal for Black Friday. Like I said, we've got tire rebates up to $150. There's also first responders and military discounts on top of that. And then, of course, our brake specials, $199.95. As always, we'll put a battery in your vehicle. Batteries are $199.95. We install them free on most vehicles. If you'll give us a call at Bates Ford at 615-444-8221, or you can visit us on the web at www.tonybatesford.com.
All right, we're about to end of our time here this morning. Ronnie, we always look to you for the last word. Nearly always.
All right. So if you have anything you want to turn into cash, you bring it down to Bates Ford, and we'll put a number on it. Because one thing about it, we'll trade for anything that don't eat. Right. And that's the real deal.
Y'all have a great one. See you next Thursday.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Paul Tubbs, Ronnie Kelly with Bates Ford. The dealer that'll trade for anything that don't eat. All right, Zach Patton is here. Zach, a good morning to you.
Good morning. It's good to see you this morning.
Is the Public Information Officer for City of Lebanon Police, and been coming on these Thursdays for quite some time, and been a little change since I left. Somebody left the police department with you, who's also named Zach.
Yep. Well, we've got a new face in that position, and honestly, he's no new face to this community. And honestly, I think if you look in the dictionary at a public servant, I think this gentleman here to my right is that definition. He's very well known out in the community, Officer Sheldon Gardner. He does a lot in our community right now, and I think it was a really good fit for him to be our next community engagement officer. So, Shell, I'm going to let you take it away. We're glad you're here with us this morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Coleman. How are you, sir?
Oh, I'm doing well. Good to have you with us, and we'll just say that Zach Green is somewhere else now, actually over in Sumner County, I understand.
Yep.
And Sheldon, are you planning to be accompanying Zach now on these Thursdays? Is that the idea?
Yes, sir. That's the
to get started here, we've already talked a little bit about you, but tell us a little bit about yourself, where you grew up, how you came to be with the Lebanon Police Department.
Well, it's I didn't come to say that the normal way. I started helping through the Wilson County Fair many years ago, in the early days of the fair. Grew a relationship with now Chief Mike Justice and Captain William Glover. Started helping, and many years ago we started our community emergency response team, and I was one of the first 5 of that group, and just continued to help. We grew into that, and then took a position years later as a part-time at the department, helping clean up and mow and that kind of thing. And next thing I knew, I was doing push-ups in the mud at the police academy, and here we are today. So It wasn't a planned path, but it was a great path, and I'm very fortunate to be here.
Well, what had you done in earlier days before becoming associated and affiliated with the police?
I retired with the local milk company, Purity Dairies. I retired with them, and after 33 years, and we.
You just don't know when to quit, then.
No, sir. I tried retirement, and that's a overrated experience.
Well, did you grow up in Wilson County?
No, sir. I grew up in Middlesboro, Kentucky.
Oh.
I married a young lady from here in Lebanon, and the rest was history with that.
Okay, so that's how you really got here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, I guess we'd like to say you married well, then.
I married up. I married way up.
What's prompted the move here
Oh, well, as I said, Shell, he's no stranger to this community. He's out quite frequently. He used to be in our emergency services unit, so they have a pretty prominent role in special events, and they do a lot of extra patrolling out on the square, connecting with businesses and things like that. So Shell was already well connected with this community, and with his previous experience from working at the fair in Purity Dairy. I'm telling you, we can't go anywhere without someone knowing this guy. So, like I said, it just turned out just to be a really good fit for Shell to move into this position, and he's already doing a great job. So Zach had some big shoes to fill, and Shell's doing a great job filling those. So.
All right, we're about ready to go to a break, but before we do, you always have a few things you want to tell us. What's anything exciting happening that we need to talk about?
Well, first and foremost, one thing I do want to get talked about real quick is some road closures, some pretty major road closures that we've got going on right now.
Get them out and then we'll go.
Yeah, we'll get those out of the way real quick. So Castle Heights Avenue at West Bedore is going to be closed until noon tomorrow for railroad crossing repairs. All right, so right now your detours are going to be going around the bypass down to West Main, or you can go to Greenwood Street. When they finish Castle Heights up tomorrow at noon, they're going to close down Hartman Drive and Greenwood Street and start railroad repairs there. And those are going to last till Tuesday of next week. So just be prepared. I'm sorry, Hartman Drive's not going to close till 6 a.m. Saturday, but Greenwood's going to close at 6 a.m. tomorrow, or when Castle Heights finishes up. So everything should be back open Tuesday of next week, but just be prepared. If you normally take Greenwood, Hartman, or Castle Heights over the next couple days until Tuesday, you're going to experience some detours in place.
But the wait's going to be worth it when they get the road a little bit better.
Them crossings. I swear, some of them can beat your car to death. So I think it's about timely that those get repaired. So we're glad that our city and R.J. Coleman's able to get them repaired. So.
Right. All right, Zach Patton, Sheldon Gardner from the Lebanon Police Department are here. We'll talk more in a moment on Coleman & Company, FM 98.9.
And it's 7:16 on your Thursday morning. Let's get an update on traffic, which is brought to you by Bates Ford, where they offer the low price tire guarantee on all tires they sell every day, and up to 30 days after the sale as well. They will beat any competitor's tire pricing on the tires they sell at Bates Ford, 1780 Franklin Road in Lebanon, or call 444-8221. And with an update on your morning traffic, here again is Commander Chuck.
Good morning. It's been a mess just outside of Clarksville this morning as THP cleans up that wreck 24 westbound around the 9-mile marker in that section of Montgomery County. Again, that's going westbound on 24 there in Clarksville. Real slow as traffic starts to get heavier. 65 south at Trinity Lane. It's building pretty good 24 westbound up through the Antioch area coming in right now from Murfreesboro and Rutherford County up through Antioch. When you need dependable towing for that car, big truck, call STR Towing and Recovery. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Hey, this is Paul with Bates Ford. Come visit our location at 1780 Franklin Road. We have over 300 vehicles to choose from, a state-of-the-art service department, free pickup and delivery. You can visit us on the web at www.tonybatesford.com or give us a call at 615-444-8221. That's Bates Ford, 1780 Franklin Road, the dealer that will trade for anything that don't eat.
This is Dave Pahanish. I'm so excited to be a part of the 4th annual Sips and Sounds, Thursday, November 20th at the Farm Bureau Expo in Lebanon with my friends Terry Jo Box and James Slater for a night of songs and stories that support Wilson Rides Incorporated, a non-profit empowering older adults in Wilson County with safe, reliable transportation, food boxes, and community lunches. Get your tickets at wilsonridesinc.org or call 615-622-5557.
Coleman & Company, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday morning. We're featuring the Lebanon Police Department as we try to do on the second Thursday of each month. The Thursdays feature a lot about the city of Lebanon. First Thursday, I usually have a member of the city council on, most times. Second Tuesday is just about always yours, Zach. And now Sheldon. And then the third one, they send me somebody from Public Works. And then most of the time on the fourth Thursday we feature the fire chief. So we got City of Lebanon on pretty well, I think, plus the mayor comes after each city council meeting, and with that, we try to find out what's going on. But Zach, as public information officer, I mean, you're right in the middle of all of this. You know about just about everything that's going on, but especially as pertains to the police department.
Yeah, we are, we're right in the thick of things. We're getting in the shopping season, so I think as we approach shopping season, Black Friday, Christmas, it's always good to just remember some safety tips as we head into the shopping season. And, it's important, too, in this shopping seasons we enter to remember some of our local businesses and whatnot. So, thankfully, our square's got a lot of local businesses, and it's a really safe spot to go shopping. It's pretty well-lit area. I think City Council right now is working on some more lighting down there as well to make it even more safe. So that's always important to remember when you do get out and park to go shop. Park in a well-lit area. Make sure any valuables that you may have in your car, make sure, if you can, leave them at home, but if for some reason they have to stay in the car, it's good to put them out of sight, put them in the trunk, out of sight, out of mind. We don't want you to be an easy target for someone that's coming into our community trying to do something bad. So that's always good to remember, is to hide any valuables. And as you're going from shopping place to shopping place, make sure you put any merchandise that you do buy. It's good thought to remember to put it into your trunk instead of just leaving it out, because if you put it in your back seat and go into another store, someone could walk by that's here to do something bad, and they could try to get that out of your car. So
are there places that you pay more attention to or you hear more about? I mean, big shopping centers or maybe Walmart. The square is just a lot of rather small businesses, but there's a lot of cars down there. Is there one that's a bigger problem for that than other?
Obviously we have several shopping centers kind of across Lebanon. We have the square, we have out off on down West Main where Ross and Marshall's is, and you have Walmart, all them shops. So we really closely monitor what's going on at each of those locations. And we have a crime analyst, and she does a really good job at keeping up with kind of the statistics and any crime trends that are going on. And what she'll start to do as this shopping season ramps up is that she'll start paying close attention to what those shopping centers are doing. Now, yes, we will be doing increased patrols in each of them areas, but she will monitor those trends closely, and she will relay any information that she recognizes, to our patrol shift and administration if we need to look at one area more than the other. But we try to treat all of our areas equally, and then if one needs more, watching than the other, that's what we'll do.
You got anything to add to that, Sheldon Gardner?
Well, also we will have holiday shopping, but the most important part of that is, of course, our grocery stores. So we add those in too, because they'll be extra busy. So we will be our regular folks, our patrol will be extra patrolling those, as well as our volunteer teams will be out doing some extra patrolling in those to ensure that maybe if they see that car, they'll feel a little bit at ease.
Is the stealing of groceries, you can buy more than just something to eat in a grocery store, obviously, but that's probably the biggest thing that comes out of one is something to eat, something that goes in the kitchen or refrigerator or freezer or whatever. I'm just wondering how that compared to maybe a place like, Walmart sells groceries too, don't they? But a place that's known like Walmart or a big store like that compared to a place that's just a grocery store.
Sometimes we do see some shoplifting of groceries and things like that from our big box grocery stores and whatnot. So if anyone's listening out there and you need help, you can always call our non-emergency number 615-444-2323, and we can try to get you connected some resources if you're needing food this holiday season, because we know that everyone's going through a difficulty in their stage in life right now, and we don't want anyone to have to resort to shoplifting or anything like that of groceries. So if anyone's struggling, please give us a call, and we can try to get you connected to some resources to get you helped out and get you some food. So like I said, it happens, but that's we'll get you connected to some resources if it's something that someone needs.
Yeah, I would just tend to think that if I were going to steal something, I'd probably go for a bigger ticket item than something that's relatively inexpensive from a grocery store. But just a thought.
Yeah.
What else we need to talk about?
Halloween. Shell, as he kind of got thrown in the fire for as community engagement officer, and Halloween is October, fall is our busiest time. So I'll let Shell talk about everything that we did. Everything. I swear, it was. There's no telling how many events we were able to attend, but they were really good.
Our community engagement officers and our volunteer teams, we helped with 14 events in Lebanon during the month of October, which that's a lot of hours, and our volunteer teams was on at every one. We never had a event that they didn't show up and help, which is awesome. We, of course, helped with Oktoberfest. That was a big one. Sorrowful. I know Mac had some problems with his equipment. We had rain on Sunday, so it hurt the car show, but we were sorrowful for that because we always enjoy that too, looking at the cars. But October is our fun month. It's our busy month. We had National Night Out. We had a lot of fun events in our community to say hello to people we don't normally get to see throughout the other times. Yeah, right. You get to spend time out in the community.
Is that some overtime hours for a number of people? Maybe you?
It is. That is a factor, and a lot of times our volunteer teams help with that. If we had to, it'd be enormous if everybody was on overtime for this. And they come out and serve their community, which helps us have more people at these events and help with traffic, pedestrian traffic, whatever needs to be helped with. Yeah. That plays a big role.
I think you mentioned, and whether you did or not, we've talked about it some here, the Christmas parade coming up. How involved the Lebanon Police Department in that?
Well, very involved. It is obviously a highlight of our year is the Christmas parade, and a lot of people come out to see it, and it takes a lot of resources to keep an event like that safe. And as Shell was talking about, our volunteer teams is another important asset that we utilize during the Christmas parade to help keep everyone safe, and it's a pretty large undertaking. Planning starts way ahead in advance. We've already started planning our plan and stuff for the Lebanon Christmas parade, because I swear every year it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and more people come out and see it, which is great. I think it just goes to show, our city's doing good, and everyone wants to be here and wants to be on display in front of our citizens. So,
and of course the Chamber of Commerce is I guess the planner and put that all together, but they have to have the help of you and a lot of other people to pull it off.
There's a lot of streets to get shut down, and obviously, we go from just about one end of the city to the other. It seems like they start at the old Lebanon High School, and then we end up over at the old Big Lots way down West Main by Baskin Robbins. So that's a long way to go. And like I said, that's a lot of streets to shut down. So it takes a lot of resources. But thankfully, we're glad in Lebanon we have the ability and the resources to keep an event like that safe.
Well, I'm thinking that's got to be the biggest parade we have every year.
Yep, we just had the Veterans Day parade actually last Tuesday. Yeah. It doesn't go near as far, and there's not normally as many vehicles in it. So
it's a good Veterans Day parade.
Yes, it's very good parade.
By size, it is hard to compare with the bigger one.
Shell, you were at the Veterans Day parade. It was pretty big this year.
Yes, I've helped several years.
Veterans Day
that was the largest I remember.
Yeah.
It was great to see all the bands and everybody participating, and it was really good, and had a large crowd at the Veterans Plaza for the ceremony afterwards.
Yeah. In spite of a rather I've seen Veterans Day when it was a lot warmer. Let's put it that way. It wasn't terribly cold, but it was cold enough that I sat in my car.
Sat in my car and watched it. Yeah.
Got a minute and a half. Any kind of thing left you need to talk about? You covered it all.
Not only were we out in the community, doing connecting with our community, but our normal patrol officers were out doing their thing. We had several arrests over the past month that had to that resulted in our officers locating suspected illegal narcotics. Our license plate reader system had several hits, stolen vehicles, and people with warrants and things along those lines. So it's just all around from the community engagement side of things, and then our patrol guys getting out and being proactive and getting crime off our streets. So we're just very thankful for all of our officers, our dispatchers, our community emergency response team volunteers, our reserve officers, and our civilian staff. We really do have a great police department, and we're very proud to serve the city. So.
Well, it's good to have you here, and Sheldon Gardner. We're glad to know that you've joined Zach Patton here, and I guess you'll be coming like Zach Green was before. The two of you on the Thursday we feature the Lebanon Police Department. So we'll look forward to that, and if all goes well, we'll do it in December.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you all for being with us this morning. Well, we hope you keep it right here at that time.
It is 7:29 on your Thursday morning. Time to get another update on traffic. And this report is brought to you by Absolute Kubota, where premium brands require premium parts and service. Contact Absolute Kubota's Elite Certified Service Department to schedule an appointment today. 1506 West Main in Lebanon, or call 615-449-6171. And with the latest on Thursday morning traffic, here is Commander Chuck.
Good morning. TDOT's in the process of trying to move this wreck. It was in the center lane on 24 westbound at Old Hickory Boulevard out here in Antioch, interrupted all that traffic that's trying to get in from Murfreesboro, Rutherford County up through the Antioch area now. Again, they're behind the accident that's blocking the center lane. Hopefully they'll move it here in a minute to unclog this traffic on 24 westbound at OHB. It's still slow outside of Clarksville, 24 west at the 9-mile marker as they clean up that crash. Stein Dental Care in Nashville, over 350 5-star wonderful Google reviews. Call Stein Dental Care in Nashville today. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Cedar City RV, your destination for all things camping. Whether you're looking for travel trailers, fifth wheels, or anything in between, Cedar City RV has you covered. We proudly offer top brands like Forest River, Palomino, Rockwood, Coachman, and more. Plus, expert service after the sale to keep you on the road with confidence. Financing is available, making it easier than ever to start your next adventure. Visit us online at cedarcityrv.com or stop by our location at 1102 Sparta Pike in Lebanon to explore new and previously enjoyed models today.
What is your passion? How can you use that passion to enrich your community? Hi, this is Melanie Minter, President and CEO of the Lebanon-Wilson County Chamber of Commerce. Your chamber is the resource for making connections to fulfill your passion. Whether education, nonprofit, agriculture, entertainment, or government relations, Wilson County offers a place for you to be involved. Your chamber connects businesses, individuals, and your passion to the community. We have an enthusiasm for excellence. Join us and catch the spirit. Call or visit our office at 149 Public Square in Lebanon.
We'll have partly cloudy skies for today, highs in the upper 60s. Partly cloudy skies again tonight, lows in the lower 40s. And then mostly sunny for our Friday, even warmer, highs back in the mid 70s. This weather forecast brought to you by Walker Auction and Realty, professional auction and real estate services. Get top dollar for your home, land, or personal property. Log on to MikeWalkerAuctions.com. They know auctions. With your severe view forecast, I'm Drew Richards.
And we welcome you to part 2 of Coleman and Company here on a Thursday morning. It's time for us to talk about A.J. Johnson Realty and Auction. We do that each Thursday at this time, and Hayden White is here this morning. Hayden, good morning to you.
Good morning, Coleman.
How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I noticed we're not on Facebook Live this morning. It's probably a good thing. You've left this side of your hair down. You forgot to comb that this morning.
Yeah, we're taking a week off. We're not live on Facebook for this week. I guess it'll come back Monday when MJ comes back.
Okay.
Something like that, as I understand it.
Oh, she's tech savvy?
Well, she plays an important role. Let's put it that way. A.G. & Johnson Realty and Auction, 728 West Main in Lebanon, and you'll find them at www.agandjohnson.com. Always give them a call at 615-444-0909. Well, Hayden, what do you got for us today?
Well, Saturday coming, we've got a nice, bright, early morning. We're going to be out in Holmes Gap, out there between Smith County and Wilson County, right off Sparta Pike, past Hearn Hill, right there on your left. We've got, the address is actually 302 Holmes Gap. We've got right at 65 acres that we have that we're going to be selling in 6 estate tracts. Now, these tracts have already been soils tested and septic approved. So what does that mean? It means when you get there that day of the sale, you're going to know what kind of bedroom house you can get on there. We're going to have that septic approval right there ready for you. And if you hadn't had the opportunity to go out there just yet, make some time, take a little trip down there, put the family in the car, go down there and check them out. Very nice little tracks down there, gently rolling. There's got some good little pastures on some of them. Definitely something very unique right there on that Smith County, Wilson County line.
Mm-hmm. And how many tracks you got?
We've got 6 tracks, and one of the tracks has a really nice older home. It does need some repair, but I mean, just to bring that thing back, just back when it was in its heyday, you talk about mwah.
Well, if somebody wants country living, and it's not that far from Watertown, I don't think, but it is living in the country, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. The birds are whistling, the birds are chirping.
You got it. Is it just the land that's going to sell?
We're just selling land on Saturday. Next week, however, we're going to be out here in town. We're going to be out here on Cumberland Avenue. Let's see if I can get that one pulled up real quick. Current auctions. Let's go. 220 Cumberland Street is where we're going to be, right over here next to Cumberland University. Mm-hmm. We've got a beautiful brick colonial-style home right in the heart of Lebanon. We've got antiques, glassware, vintage toys, just walking distance to Cumberland University, 26 minutes to the Nashville International Airport. We've got Crocs, we've got meat grinders, all sorts of different stuff. For all of our auctions, we do a lot of work getting them prepared and everything like that, and doing a lot of good things to get them advertised. If you're on our mailing list, we'll send you a flyer. If you want to be on our mailing list, call the office and we'll get you on there. We also have all our information online. We have a numerous amount of pictures for our sales on there to get people a little bit more interested in it. Just a little taste of it, because once you get there to the sale date, there's a whole lot there on the plate.
Yeah. Well, I got a question for you, because sometimes you will have an auction like you have this Saturday we're talking about, where it's just the real estate, just land that you're selling. Other times you will have maybe one of just personal items, and then a lot of times you have a combination. Which one of them do you like the best, or does it matter?
Well, it depends on what the items are. We run into a lot of things that we haven't seen before. And, I've ran into some things on a pocket knife auction where I had it looked like some old skeleton keys. Well, heck, we got to Google that daggum thing. It was a blood letter. I mean, ain't no telling how old that thing was. And then, we going through some of these old garages. And that's what I like about it, digging through the stuff and finding these things that you don't know what they are, and trying to figure it out. Usually there's an older gentleman there or an older woman there. You say, hey, what's this? And they just name it right off the bat.
Yeah.
And then if they don't name it, we go to Google. But we found it looked like a little bitty old gun, but it had some pistons that rolled back towards your hand and had little spots to sit on, and it was to get cherry seeds out. I mean, it was just the darndest little tool you've ever seen in your life. And if I ever see that, I'm a younger person. I like to think I'm getting older by the day, but this furniture and stuff like that, I'm able to tell whether it's waterfall, whether it's tiger oak, those kind of different stuff. And a lot of people in the older generation said, how do you know this? I said, well, I've been around it.
Well, is an auctioneer allowed to bid on something he's auctioning off? We've never discussed that before.
I have bid on some things that I've bought in the past. I've got a nice little collection of Crocs for my wife. She loves some Crocs, and I bought when I was probably about maybe 9 or 10. I went to an auction and I saved up my money because we selling an air hockey table. And by God, I had to have that air hockey table. Of course, I wasn't big enough to lift it. Luckily, Daddy helped me out a little bit on that, and he got my brother involved. We got that hockey table back at the house, hockey table at the house. But we had that for a couple of years. You know, I've bought some things throughout the years, and you know, I bought a truck or two and this kind of different stuff like that. But it's yeah, I've been on some things.
Well, you fellas are definitely in the auction business, and if you're wanting to have an auction, give A.G. and Johnson a call, 615-444-0909. But you also sell. You have a lot of real estate agents. You take care of people, whatever their needs.
Absolutely, we got somebody for everybody.
All right. Well, have a great one, and we'll see you next week.
Sounds like a plan. Comb that hair.
Hayden White with A.G. and Johnson Realty and Auction, 615-444-0909. We're about 22 before the hour, and my guest is here for part 2 this morning, and I want to introduce Heather Abbott to our listening audience. Heather, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
It's nice to have you with us today, and you got something new that we're going to be talking about, and it's called Cornerstone Place. And you have a lot to do with that, I understand.
Yeah, I have a bit to do with it. I'm really grateful that I've been able to be a part of the team that's getting everything launched and ready to go for it.
Well, if we could, tell us a little bit about you and your affiliation with the Bone and Associates and so on, because we got till 8 o'clock to talk about it, and there is a lot to talk about, but I think our audience would like to know a little bit about you, and I'm thinking this is the first time you've been on Coleman Company.
It is, yeah, absolutely. First appearance on a radio show, so I'm excited.
Well, we're glad to have you here. How long have you been with Bone and Associates?
Yeah, so I actually joined the Pavilion family about 4.5 months ago as their business development rep. Initially, my role has just been building the brand for the Pavilion family. We have a few assisted living communities along with memory care and then the rehab center that's out in Lebanon. So I've been traveling around to all of the communities and going out and about and building relationships and really just drawing attention to everything that they're doing at their assisted living communities.
Well, Cornerstone Place is something new that's about to, I think you're here to talk about it and some activity that's going to be about it coming up here in the near future, I believe. But what is Cornerstone Place?
Yeah, so Cornerstone Place is the newest addition to the Pavilion family. It's going to be an independent living community that'll be on the same campus as our current rehab center and assisted living that's out in Lebanon. So it'll be what they call a CCRC. So it's a continuing care retirement community where seniors can live independently with, all of the levels of care available to them if they need it down the road with the assisted living, memory care, and skilled nursing just right across the street.
How big is this?
Well, so our first phase is going to be 28 homes. It's called Founders Village. And we do expect there to be future phases, but, we're definitely going to be thinking ahead and listening to the community and evolving in those ideas. So, anything that's in the future could definitely be adjusted depending on what the community needs.
Well, without a doubt, an investment like this coming up with something as big as this is going to be, there's been a lot of thought and planning put into it. It isn't something you just do overnight. Apparently, the need for it has been established, and there must be quite a bit of people who are interested in such that you've already found out about.
Sure, absolutely. From my understanding, this has definitely been a need in the area, and it's been planned for a long time. From my understanding, back in 1974, the Bone family bought roughly 100 acres with the vision of offering quality care to Wilson County. Maybe about 20 years ago is whenever we started the rehab center. 10 years after that, then we opened the assisted living community across the street. So this is just a continuation of that vision. So it's been a long time coming. There's a lot of people that are involved and a lot of people that are interested. I know that there's definitely a need in the area. And there are other independent living communities that are nearby that have wait lists. So there's definitely a lot of people that are interested in having, an independent living community available.
Okay, well, since we're going to a break in a couple of minutes, you've got an event for November 19th. Let's go ahead and reveal that this morning.
Awesome, perfect. So on November 19th, which is a Wednesday, we'll be having a Cornerstone preview event where we'll give everyone a first look at our floor plans, our pricing, all of the amenities. And we're going to have 2 sessions, one at 10 a.m. and one at 4 p.m. And it'll be at the historic arcade in downtown Lebanon.
Right there on the square.
Yep, right there.
But anybody that's interested in this, I guess, is invited to come and get this preview.
Yep, absolutely. They're welcome to give me a call. The number is 615-444-0129, or they can visit our Facebook page and they can RSVP to the events on there.
But it would be nice. You'd really like anybody who wants to come to this. Let's call it a preview party. You'd like to know in advance. It's how many to plan for, and then I guess you would need to state your preference for either 10 a.m. or 4 p.m.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Well, how long will this be, and what will this preview include? You've got that, I'm sure, pretty much planned by now.
Yeah. So we're projecting it to be about an hour long. So hopefully it won't take up too much time, but also give plenty of time to answer any questions that people have. We'll go over the pricing, the floor plans, and the amenities, and kind of what our vision is and what sets us apart from any of the other CCRCs.
How long before if somebody signs up, let's say, somebody purchases whatever you do, how long before that could be where you live and a part of your life?
Yeah, so we're anticipating the first homes to be available at the end of January, but you know how construction can be, so don't hold me to that, Coleman.
Okay. By the end of January 26th, which is less than 3 months away.
Yeah. Yep, they're already being built right now. So if you drive by, you can see all the progress that's being made.
Yeah. Okay, with that, let's take our break. We'll talk more with Heather Abbott in a moment here on Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
It is 7:45 and time for another update on traffic, which is brought to you by Bates Ford in Lebanon. They have a special on oil change right now, $39.95 for up to 5 quarts of oil. $39.95. That's at Bates Ford, 1780 Franklin Road in Lebanon, or call 444-8221. And with an update on your Thursday morning traffic, here is Commander Chuck.
Morning, still struggling just outside of Clarksville, Montgomery County, as they clean up that crash. 24 westbound around the 9-mile marker. That's really been something up there for the last hour and a half in Montgomery County. Here comes that traffic down 65 southbound through Millersville as it gets heavier. 24 west up through the Antioch area. We've already had a couple of wrecks in Antioch this morning as that traffic builds coming in from Rutherford County, Murfreesboro towards Nashville on 24 westbound. Hey, when you need dependable towing for your car, big truck, call STR Towing and Recovery. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
The refreshing cool after coming in from a hot summer day. The perfect temperature to kick off your shoes and relax with a good book. When the weather heats up, a new Rheem AC system will surround your family in total comfort. Are you feeling it? Rheem, the new degree of comfort.
Financing available through TVA's Energy Right program and your local power company. Call Randy's Heat and Air 237-3604.
Rheem, the new degree of comfort.
Fresh off a bye week, the Titans host the Houston Texans in Nashville. This Sunday at Nissan Stadium, we get you up to speed before kickoff with Farm Bureau Health Plan's Titans Countdown at 11. Kickoff is at noon. Tennessee and Houston here on Titans Radio.
Brought to you by Bates Ford, the City of Lebanon Gas Department, Steve Moe Plumbing, and the Jewelers. The Tennessee Titans on your sports leader in Wilson County, WANT FM 98.9.
Ready to sell and don't want the hassle of showings but still want top dollar? Auction is the answer. A.G. & Johnson auctioneers have over 205 years of fast-talking experience. $75,000, $80,000, $80,000, $90,000, $100,000. We excel in residential, commercial, equipment sales, and personal property sales. Our auctions are customized for your specific need. We set our marketing plans for you personally for every sale. Visit our website at agandjohnson.com or call us at 615-444-0909.
And we continue here on this Thursday morning. Heather Abbott is my guest, and she is here this morning representing Bone and Associates, and coming soon, the Cornerstone Place. And to kind of recap, this is going to be a new, vibrant, active lifestyle community for seniors in Lebanon. And it is strictly for seniors, right?
Correct. It's for 55 and up.
And as we were saying, as we went to the break, there's going to be a, we can call it a preview party or whatever, but you can have your first look, really, to know what Cornerstone is all about. A Cornerstone preview coming up on November 19th in the arcade. Now, this is right on the square there. People who've been here a long time know where the arcade is, but if you don't, if you go to the square, you walk around the square, you'll finally come to it.
That's right.
But the thing about it is you're going to have interested people who want to know more about what's happening here, and to really learn about Cornerstone, to come either at 10 o'clock or 4 o'clock on November 19th. I guess you'll be there, and
I will.
A lot of other people to answer questions and really to just to show off what's about to become real here, maybe by the end of January.
Yep, absolutely.
How big is what you'll have available, say when you've built and you're ready to open at end of January, hopefully? How big is that going to be?
Yeah, so altogether there'll be 28 homes available during the first phase, and there'll be 3 floor plans that they'll get to choose from, and the square footage will vary, and those details we're going to release at the preview. So if anybody's interested in learning more about all of that, they can definitely come and join us. But 28 homes for the first phase.
What's the, say, minimum age that would come there?
Yeah, it would be 55 plus.
Okay. Does that mean one person can be 55?
Typically, both residents would need to be 55 plus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, but it's definitely for seniors.
Yes.
And I guess similar to what other communities, maybe even we have a few here, but definitely a senior community. What not to steal all your thunder
You're
for
fine.
November
Go for
19th,
it.
but what are some things maybe that either be different or that would be very attractive to people that Cornerstone is going to offer?
Yeah, so besides just it being, a very, like luxurious finishes and senior-friendly, construction details as far as like raised electrical outlets and wider door frames, things of that nature, what you're getting with Cornerstone is the security of knowing that there's going to be care available down the road. So you're planning for the future. So instead of being reactive if something happens, you're being proactive. So you know that since you are with Cornerstone Place, which is a part of the Pavilion family, you're already going to be, you're already going to have that care available in the future since you're a part of it. So if something happens and you fall and you need rehabilitation, you're already comfortable with the people. You're on the same campus. And if down the road you need assisted living, then it's right there across the street. Mm-hmm. One of the examples that personally for me, what I think about is with my dad. He had some major health issues a few years back, and he was in the hospital. And then once he was released, he had to go to a rehabilitation center that was 40 minutes away from our hometown. And so for my mom to go visit him, she was having to drive 40 minutes each way. And that was exhausting for her. And there was, many days where she didn't want to drive because she was, mentally and emotionally and physically just worn out from it. So knowing that if something happens down the road, that literally just right across the street, you can be receiving care and your family can come and visit you every day. And it doesn't feel like a burden to them, I think is really special and important and makes us different from, other independent livings.
All right, you said you're initially going to have 28 units here, and Are they all, the 28, in the process of being built right now, or you've got a smaller number right now?
Yeah, we have a smaller number now, but 28 will be in the first phase. So if you drive by right now, we have our Harmony House, which will be our community center that's in the process of being built. And then we have a duplex and a triplex. And then we'll have future, duplexes and I think a quad as well that's being built.
As far as the future after let me back up here. How soon do you anticipate the 28 being completed?
Oh, that's a great question. I'll have to talk to my construction guys.
Well, they pretty much all going to be done at one time, or
no? It'll be gradual.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then it's really going to be more on demand as to how fast this goes.
Sure.
And then at some point, though, you're going to do some more.
Yeah, that's the plan. Absolutely.
What will it be different?
Potentially, I think we definitely want to, see what the community needs first, and that's why we're not saying that this is what we're gonna do in phase 2, because we want to see what kind of feedback we get. Ultimately, the pavilion really wants to focus on what our community needs, and so we'll make those adjustments, and then we'll evolve our plans based upon those needs.
Well, I know very little about this, and if people are paying close attention, you can probably figure that out. But I'm also wondering where we are, say, here in Lebanon, maybe compared to other communities our size. Do other counties here in Middle Tennessee, do they have already, a lot of them have something like we're planning, or are we going to be among the first, or do you know? I mean, I have no idea.
Yeah.
I am wondering where we are compared with the surrounding part of Middle Tennessee?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I know that there are some other communities that are like this, but what I will say is with Wilson County, they've actually received the certificate of commitment for becoming an age-friendly community, which means that they have a lot to offer for seniors, like social connections, transportation, civic participation, and then just offering, really good quality of life for seniors. So Wilson County does have something really special with seniors. And I don't know if you're familiar with the phrase, the silver tsunami, but the population is aging. And the senior population, which is 60 and plus, is projected to grow about 30% over the next decade, which is huge. And in the next 10 years, they're projecting that there's going to be more seniors than there are children under the ages of 18.
Well, Heather, I think some of what you're doing, the reasons for obvious, but maybe I know people, and I'm old too, and I really don't want to move. I like where I am. What is some of the strong selling points for being a part of Cornerstone, rather maybe than where you are now, because that has a lot to do with convincing people, hey, this is where you need to be. And we got about 4.5 minutes left, so you got plenty of time to kind of sell us on the idea of Cornerstone.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. So just for my time currently working at the pavilion and meeting with families, typically when people are coming to us for assisted living, it's typically at a time of crisis where something's happened and there's a major life event that's causing this change to happen. So instead of there being this pre-planned action as far as what we're going to do, it's a scramble of figuring out what are we going to do, where should we go, who can we trust, how is this going to work financially, where with Cornerstone Place, if you get in now, you can plan ahead of time. So it's not left for your kids or your family members to figure out, how do I support mom or dad? Where you as the parent can go ahead and say, this is what I want to do. This is where I want to live. If anything happens, I already know that I can go to the rehab center across the street. Or if I need assisted living or memory care, if those things do happen, there's a plan in place and you're already a part of that pavilion family that's known and trusted in the area.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and again, we'll remind everybody of the Cornerstone preview coming up on November 19th, the arcade on the square in Lebanon. what's the best way to get your name in the pot, so to speak, to let you know that you want to attend?
Sure, absolutely. So they can go to our website, which is cornerstonepl.com. They can RSVP to the event. They can submit an inquiry form if they like, or they can just call me. I love talking to people, so they're welcome to call me. The number is 615-444-0129.
Okay, 615-444-0129, and that would at least be a good way to start.
Yeah.
But it's cornerstone.com.
It's cornerstonepl.com.
Okay, all right, yeah, Cornerstone PL.
It's tiny writing.
Well, a lot of times, if you've been like me, you read the news, you read this, you see that word, you think you know it, and move on. And I didn't see the PL. All right, cornerstonepl.com. And what else on your website, by the way? If somebody goes there, there's quite a bit of information.
So there's not a lot of information. We've been kind of holding it close to our chest for the preview event. But you can see some renderings of the site plan and what some of the homes, the drawings of the homes, what they look like.
All right. Well, if you joined us late, we are talking about Cornerstone, and it's something new that is coming to Lebanon. It's in the building stage right now. There is some construction that's going on right now, and hopefully somebody will be able to move in by the end of January if all goes well, and maybe the weather has a little bit to do with that. There's some ifs here, but the big thing is your Cornerstone preview again on November 19th at the arcade, and you register, let them know that you want to come either at 10 a.m. or 4 p.m. And you said the meeting could probably be about an hour, and people have an opportunity to ask questions. I take it, and you're going to be there explaining all this.
I'll be there.
In a lot more detail than we've had time to talk about this morning here on the radio. So that's pretty much it. And we got a minute left. Anything else, Heather, you want to say before we leave us?
No, I'm just really excited and really grateful that I've been able to have this opportunity to work for the Bone family and be a part of the pavilion, and it's something really special. They have some employees that have been there for I met a nurse the other day that has been at the rehab center for 17 years. So truly, it's not just a job for her; it's a second home. So that's something special.
All right, we'll keep all of this in mind, and if you want to write down Heather's number, she'll be glad to talk with you at 615-444-0129. That's really Cornerstone's number, but
it gets sent to me.
All right, 615-444-0129. Well, thanks for being with us this morning. Wish you well, and we'll see you next time, whenever that is.
Wonderful. Thank you, sir.
All right. That's going to do it for a Thursday. Join us tomorrow for Coleman and Company. Till then, I wish you a tremendous day.